a shark attack. I'm totally kidding. Why do people feel the need to text me when I'm filming? How rude! No idea what I'm doing. So, hey everyone, my name's Maddie. I really hope someone watches this video because it's going to be really awkward if no one does, because then it's just going to seem like I'm talking to myself. But as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be sharing my amputation story. So, to start right from the beginning, when I was born normal, or I was born with all of my limbs. I know a lot of amputees are often born with their amputation. I was not. And I was fine when I was little, and I was a little toddler, fine growing up, until I was 3 years old. And when I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with meningococcal disease with septicemia and gangrene. And I know that's probably a mouthful to most people. So basically what happened when I got this disease was my blood flow stopped going to my legs. So think of it as if your circulation stopped working in your hands. You know, they might go a little tingly, turn a little blue. So that's what happened, except a lot higher of extent. My legs were actually pitch black when this happened, and they needed to be amputated. But before they were amputated, when I first got sick, I had the symptoms of basically just a flu, but I also had a rash, which is why my parents brought me to the hospital, because you don't really get a rash when you get the flu, at least I don't think you do. And as soon as I got there, I had to go to emerge immediately. And when I got there, 24 hours later, I was put into an induced coma because the disease just took over my body, and it was just, my body was just shutting down basically. So then I had both my legs amputated below the knee. I was very lucky. The doctors did try to save one of my legs at the ankle, so what they did to do that was they cut me open and they took a muscle from my stomach and they put it at the bottom of my stump, I guess to stop the bone from growing or something like that. But it didn't work, so now I'm without a stomach muscle, but that's okay. And I also had 4 of my fingers amputated on my left hand, so I have like a little paw. Hi paw, everyone. And they were going to have to amputate my arm as well, which honestly I think would be really sick and really cool, but they were able to save it, so I mean, thanks guys. And then from all the medication that I was on in the hospital, I actually ended up going deaf in my left ear. So if you see me in person and you're talking to me and you're on my left side, I may walk away from you because I probably am not going to hear a word that you said. So after my legs were amputated, it didn't mean that I wasn't still sick. Even though I had this operation to get rid of the meningococcal in my legs, I still was very, very sick, and I actually only had less than 2% chance of living. And I beat it, and a lot of people still ask me if I have that percentage of living. No, I'm good guys, I'm cured. But yeah, so that's what happened, and I couldn't go home right away. It wasn't one of those operations where you go, get it done, go home that afternoon, go home the next day. I stayed in the hospital for probably about 4 or 5 months healing, doing physio and stuff like that. And when I was 4 years old, I think I was around 3 or 4, I got fitted with my very first prosthetic legs, and they still have these little Adidas Superstar shoes on them. They're super cute. But I got fitted with those, and that was really scary because I was 3 years old, I didn't have legs, and all of a sudden I was having to learn how to walk again and learning how to do everything again, basically, which scared me. But growing up, I lived with my grandparents, and they wanted me to have like a normal life. So they got me involved in sports from a very young age. I started figure skating when I was 4 years old. I started horseback riding when I was 6 years old. I always did track and field day and cross country in elementary school. I did swimming, dabbled a little bit in golf a bit. And then I actually got involved in track and field when I was in high school, and that is what I do now. And since then, I have made the Canadian team. I represented Canada at the Para World Championships in Doha, Qatar. And I'm hoping to qualify for the 2020 Paralympics in Rio. That's the biggest goal that I ever had in my life, and I really hope that I can make it there. And if you guys are wondering, I have them here. Ooh. I run with these bad boys. I have two of them. I mean, they look the same. And yeah, so I run wearing these, and I'm a sprinter. I do the 100, 200, and long jump. I would say I'm better at longer sprints, but those are the events that they have for my category. If you want a more in-depth video of like my events and more on how I got involved in track and field, I can do a separate video for that. But yeah, so I run on these bad boys, and I also have a pair of day legs that I wear every day. They look like this. And I wear those every day for walking. And I also have, get that out of the way, I also have a pair of legs that I wear when I lift, when I'm in the weight room. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and I hope you guys continue watching. I would like to make videos on meet day for track, and maybe what I eat in a day as a para athlete, and just stuff like that. So give this video a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!